This is Danny Garola with Stampin' the Pink Barn coming to you from Tucson, Arizona. I have got a super cute card to show you guys today. If you're joining me live, you'll see that little red live button up there in the corner. Ugh, something's in my eye. Make sure you're signed in to your YouTube account so you can chat with me in the comments. I love to hear where you're from and what you're doing for the day, besides coming in here and watching me make this gorgeous card for you guys. Let's make sure. Okay, good. We got volume going. Now, I don't have the earbuds in today because for some crazy god-awful reason, I cannot keep those things in my ears. I have very, very tiny ear canals, and those Apple AirPods just do not work in my ears. Regardless how tiny the little ends are that I put on there, it is just not working for me. So I know they have great sound quality, so I have to try to figure out how to get those to work. So I'm in the process. So do you guys have any plans for this upcoming weekend? Now, just know later on this evening at 6 p.m. over on my Facebook page, I will be doing a alternatives to the current paper pumpkin, which is this beautiful sunflowers. It is called the Sweet Sunflowers Paper Pumpkin Kit. So I'm going to be doing, I know that was backwards to you guys, but I am going to be doing the alternatives this evening, like I said, on a Facebook Live. If you go over to my Facebook page, you can see it. It's in the events. I even put a reminder on for today, so you guys can kind of watch that for that graphic. Okay, let's see, what do we got going on here? Make sure we are all okay. Looks like we're all good. All right, you guys. So hopefully you grabbed your cup of coffee, tea, maybe a margarita, whatever your poison is for the day. This is a new Stampin' Up product that just came out this year. This is our new tumbler. Now this comes out in all 5 of our new in colors. So you can pick Tahitian Tide, Sweet Sorbet, the Starry Sky. This is the Orchid Oasis, and then you've got that Parakeet Party. Beautiful cup. Hopefully you guys can see kind of some of the sparkle and shimmer in there. It's got some iridescence in it. Now, you guys know how I always say, you know, join my team. It is the greatest. Well, it really is, because on my team, the way that this cup, I got a hold of this cup, is I got this as a gift in the mail for joining one of our challenges on our team. Now, you're not always going to get a tumbler, but it just happened to be that when you joined the challenge that we had, and it was put on by Chad Williams, offered up in our, we have a special training in our, on my team that is called Demo 101, and it's with some of our top dog demonstrators. They put that on for us as a training to help us. Now it's for either a discount shopper or for your business builders. So don't feel like even if you just join just to get that amazing discount, there's no judgment. You can join this challenge as well. It was a challenge. It is now, you know, currently not in rotation, but we have them quite a bit. It was a challenge for us to put ourselves out there on a different platform or do something social media wise. Well, welcome. I decided to create my Facebook Lives. So that is how I earned this cup, was just by starting something new, doing my coffee and cards with you guys. So, and it holds my magnificent coffee. My husband got me some really awesome coffee. He works at Fry's, so Kroger, he bought some of their store brand ground coffee, and it is chocolate and raspberry, or oh my gosh, it makes my house smell amazing. So this morning I decided to sleep in since my husband had the day off, and I could smell the coffee. That's what woke me up. So I knew, oh my gosh, my coffee is being made. I better get up and have some coffee. All right, so let me get you guys flipped around so we can go through kind of some of the upcoming things that are happening in Stampin' Up news, and then we will get into this beautiful card that I'm going to create for you guys. So hold on, let me get you guys flipped around here. Okay, it looks like all is good. There we go. As long as you guys aren't staring at my feet. Okay, so here is my graphic. This is Coffee and Cards, so you could catch this graphic over on my Facebook page in my events. So when you're looking for this particular class that I do, if you want to set a reminder over on Facebook, or you can hit the notification bell here on YouTube, then you will know every time that I go live or when I've uploaded a new video. But this is the graphic for this. Every Thursday at noon Pacific time, I do Coffee and Cards, so you can join me there. Our new current paper pumpkin that is in rotation right now is for the Spooky Treats. This runs through September 10th. Now I will put the link in the description of this video so you can go right over and sign up for this paper pumpkin. Now this is going to create 18 treat boxes, 6 each of 3 designs. Wow, that's crazy, you guys. This is going to be so super cute for handing out little goodie treat boxes for the little kiddos in our lives. So this is available now to get a hold of. Like I said, it only runs through September 10th. So you've got some time to go ahead and sign up for that. If you don't want to sign up for the monthly subscription, I understand, but there is another way that you can get a hold of that treat, or of that paper pumpkin. Now, over on my blog at stampinthepinkbarn.com, you can find out more information about how this works. We have a 1 month, a 3 month, 6 month, or 12 month prepaid subscription that you could go ahead and buy. Now that is over in my store at shopdannygarola.com. Now this also, if you purchase the 3 month, the 6 month, or a 12 month, you will qualify for a Sale-A-Brations item as well. So that's really kind of cool to know that you're going to earn some free products right now when you go ahead and purchase your paper pumpkin subscription prepaids. So this is one of those times of year that a lot of people will go ahead and buy their prepaid subscription this way, because then they're going to earn some free products with that subscription versus just signing up monthly. So I always like to throw this out there during Sale-A-Brations time. Now, just know that Sale-A-Brations is ending the 31st of this month of August. So you really want to go in and buy this prepaid soon so you can sign up for those paper pumpkins. And you can pick and choose which month you want and which ones you don't. So just know that you don't have to do it for every, paper pumpkin that's coming up. You can choose to not get next month's if you don't like it. If you don't want this month's, you can go in there and say, no, I want to hold off. I don't need the little treat boxes right now, but I want it to continue for the next following 3 months, or however that works for you. Hello, Mom. And they've just added some extra products to our Sale-A-Brations. So if you have already gotten everything out of that mini catalog, or it's just not something you really cared for, we have added some more. So if you went through this and you've already gotten all the products that you've already wanted out of the Celebrations brochure, they have added some more items to our Celebrate More. So there are some more items here that you can choose from to add onto your freebies for your celebrations. Now the little yellow ones are going to be your level 1 $50 freebies, and then the ones in the green are going to be your level 2, your $100 freebies. So make sure you have this brochure. I've got it posted quite a few times over on my Facebook page. If you're a part of my private group, which is Pink Barn Stampers, anybody can join that. You can pull this PDF off, because if you go into our regular catalog and you try to use the code for the silver foil paper and you try to punch that in as your celebrations, it will not work if you use that code. You have to use the codes that are on this PDF to get these items as your celebrations freebies. I just want to make sure I emphasize that to you guys. Also, when you're shopping in my store, and if you look at that total and it is $75 or more, use my host code no matter what, unless your order is over $150. Then do not use this host code, because you're going to get some Stampin' Up rewards and I want you to have those. But if you spend $75 in my store and you use my host code, I'm gonna throw in an extra incentive bonus during the month of August. You're gonna receive the Real Red and White Glimmer Paper Pack in the mail. So you will be looking forward to some happy mail from me. That is just kind of my little thank you for using my host code and, you know, shopping with me. Also, I've got 20 cards for $25 plus you pay for your shipping. This is a pack that comes to you with all occasion cards. I have a surplus of cards that I have made, and I need to downsize since we are getting ready to move. So I have packaged these up and I am offering these to you guys for the $25. So it's a great way to get yourself 20 cards of different occasions that you can send off to people. Right now, again, if you join my team right now during celebrations, I was already telling you, you know, not only can you get in on some of these amazing bonuses being part of my team, and we have a monthly team meeting where we have lots of prizes to give away during then. We've got lots of challenges. And again, it is not only for business builders. Know that you as a discount shopper, if you just want to join my team just to get that amazing discount, you're going to still reap the benefits of everything that we have going on my team. Now, right now during celebrations, again, it ends on August 31st. So you've got about a week or so to go, or a little bit less than a week. You can, when you sign up to join my team, you're going to get an extra bonus right now of this Making Plans planner that is absolutely amazing. You can see more photos of this and some, I've done a video on it as well, kind of showing you and walking you through this planner. It is an 18-month planner. So know that it's going to go through December of 2023. It also comes with a stamp set, 3 little notebooks as well. So it's really an awesome deal that they're throwing in. So the way it works when you join my team, you get to pick $125 worth of product and only pay $99. And when you receive your box of goodies that you've chosen, they're going to add this inside of your box free of charge. So it's going to come to you that way. So just know that there's no extra hidden, you know, fees in there besides the fact that wherever you live, you're going to pay your taxes. But shipping is free on that kit. And you don't ever have to do another thing with it. If you choose to only sign up once, that's fine. You don't ever have to do another thing with it. Even if you never buy another thing from Stampin' Up and you just want to get that starter kit just to get some products in your hand, that's the way to go. Okay. So for the month of September, I am actually going to be doing a Bewitching Kit Class. I am so excited to offer this up to you guys. So watch my blog September 1st. I will be launching this on my blog. So it is my kit class. So the way it works is there will be two options. You can buy either the pre-cut cardstock kit, and that's going to come with the pack of the four, what is that called? The glitter washi, and you're going to get 3 yards of the black and white gingham ribbon, as well as all the pre-cut cardstock along with the designer series paper that's going to coordinate with that. And that way you can make 8 cards, and it will be 4 designs, 2 of each one of those to make 8 cards. So the other option is you can add the bundle as well, which is the Bewitching bundle that has that punch and stamp set that coordinate with this kit that I'm going to be doing. So you can choose, because some of you demonstrators love buying pre-cut cardstock and have all the things, but you already have that Bewitching bundle and you don't want to have to buy that bundle again. So that's why I offer up 2 options for this kit. So keep watch for this, because I am so excited for you guys to get your hands on this, because I have created some super adorable cards for you. Now the way it works, that when you do buy it, it is going to be a pre-order, because it won't come to you until the end of September. I am in the middle of videotaping all the cards, so I will give you guys special links that it is only exclusive to you who buy my kit, that you could go in and watch the YouTube videos on how to design these cards. You're also going to get a PDF, so you can keep that forever to design these cards. And my only disclaimer is, please don't share my PDF with anyone, because that is for the people who have purchased this kit. Okay. Coming up also September 1st is, if the kit wasn't fun enough for you guys, Stampin' Up has decided to add some dies to some of our current stamp sets that don't have dies in the catalog. So if you go to the catalog and you find this super cute trimming the trees stamp set, and you've been eyeballing that, but you're like, I wish there was some die cuts to go with this, because I would really like to pop that tree up. Well, lo and behold, Stampin' Up has created some dies for these 6 sets that you can get your hands on in the month of September. So the way this works is there is a bundled code right here. You're going to save that 10% off on the bundled price. Now, if you've already purchased this stamp set and you're like, oh my goodness, like for instance, myself, I've already purchased the Yeti stamp set back when our catalog launched. But knowing that they have dies now, because you guys have seen me create a card using this Yeti, I had to fussy cut that Yeti out. Now, Stampin' Up has made it so easy for me that I purchased, because of being a demonstrator. That's another kind of awesome perk, is being on my team as a demonstrator or discount shopper. You get a month prior to when this goes live to customers to purchase these items as well. So we got to pre-order in the month of August before this goes live in September. So I've already purchased this amazing little die set to coordinate with my Yeti now, because I really don't want to have to fussy cut that guy every time I use that super cute set. So here is that die cut for that Yeti. It comes with the mountains that are in this stamp set. So really cute dies that you can now use with these bundles, or with the stamp sets. And again, like I said, they are giving you that discount if you want to buy it as the bundle as well. So that starts September. So keep watch for that. Okay, let me get all this stuff out of the way now. Since we've gone over all the business parts, now we're going to get into this awesome card. So today I'm going to be using the Bottled Happiness. I'm not using the actual Bottled Happiness stamp set, but I just want to kind of go through this with you. So Stampin' Up put this bundle out. You can buy this as a bundle and save your 10%. So you would get the vintage bottle punch along with the bottled happiness stamp set. This is in our annual catalog. So that's the big thick catalog. It is right here. Let me show this to you. So it comes with this amazing set here, and the punch punches out either of those two bottles. But then when they came out with the July-December catalog, they brought out another coordinating stamp set, which is the Vintage Christmas stamp set that goes right along with this. So it is a really awesome set to have. And just know that this one is only $16. So they priced it at an amazing price that you can get your hands on this coordinating stamp set that goes with all of this. And if that wasn't enough, they've also brought out the vintage bottle shaker domes. So if you love shaker cards, these make amazing little shakers, and it's already the shape that you need. So when you punch out your little bottle, this just slides right behind your card. You fill this up with your elements. So what I normally use is, right now we are selling these are called the Effervescent Elements. They're really gorgeous, kind of like an iridescent, almost like they're watery little bubbles. So they work really awesome and coordinate well with this punch here, or with this shaker. So you would fill this up. Now they're sticky on both sides. So if you go back to some of my previous videos, you will see me using this on one of my cards, so you can see exactly how this works. You will peel off the sticky on the outside. This will then tuck inside of your card once you've already punched out that little insert. This will go on there. You will flip that piece over, fill this up with your little elements, and then pull this off and then stick your backing on there. So then your shakers will stay inside of your little dome here. And it just makes a great little kind of vavoom for your recipient who is getting their hands on this card, because now they're gonna have an interactive card that they can play with. And who doesn't like to have, you know, kind of something extra? Now I will have you know that they're not the easiest things to mail. So I would say that those shaker cards, unless you're making a flat shaker, but these dome ones normally work better if you're sending a package and you put this card inside of the package and send it out that way. Otherwise, a hand-delivered card works best with these shaker cards. So I just want to throw that out to you, because sometimes they do get destroyed in the mail. Ask me how I know. Okay, so we're going to play with the Vintage Christmas. I just did want to show you how both of these and all these products kind of coordinate together. All right, so for today's card, we are going to be using a base that is very vanilla. Now this is our thick, very vanilla, because it is my card base, so I want it to be able to withstand standing up on somebody's mantle or bookshelf, or however they're going to display this as their Christmas cards. Now this is 11 by 4 1/4, and I have scored it at 5 1/2. Now if I normally do my other standard cards, I would normally just fold it in half, but since this way is going against the grain when you fold it, you typically want to do your scoring on that, so it doesn't kind of wrinkle and give you a crazy little bumpy effect up there. So that is our card base. I'm also going to be using the deckled rectangles dies along with this today. Now these dies I think are a must-have, because they're kind of like our nesting dies. So you can put one on top of another using different colors and give a really great effect to your card. But I will have you know that when you're mailing these, the more layers you go, the heavier your card's gonna be. So the way postage works right now, and I think it has been forever, but you can put a regular stamp on your one single stamp on your envelope when you go to mail your cards, as long as they're under an ounce. Otherwise, once you go over an ounce, as far as weight wise, you have to start adding those 20-cent extra stamps onto your postage. Just if some of you don't know. And trust me, I have had to do very much research to figure out why some of my cards come back to me. Why are they telling me that I don't have enough postage on there? Well, I put a forever stamp on. Why are they doing this to me? Well, it's because they're very meticulous. So I've bought myself a scale. When I mail cards out to people, I always weigh them to make sure that they're going to get to those people and have enough postage on there. So we are going to be using a couple of different ones of these. So for my first layer, I'm going to be actually using the biggest rectangle die. So let me bring in my big boss here, because we need to die cut this out. I'm going to move my card base so I don't mess it up. Okay, so I am using a piece of garden green. Now this is just 4 by 5 1/4. I just cut that. So this will fit right on there, and die cut that out. Snap, crackle, pop. That's always kind of a good sound. I know people get freaked out, but it's just the sound of your die cutting into your plate. And that's why I always use one plate as my bottom and one as my upper. But there is the piece that I need for that. And then we are going to be running this through our 3D Whimsical Woodland embossing folder. Now let me grab my, since this is a 3D embossing folder, I need to have my number 4 plate to be able to run this through. Now how this works as far as your layers is you're gonna take all of your number 2 and both of your number 3s off of there, and you're gonna be left with your number 1. Place your number 1 down, and then this has the hinge on the left hand side. We're gonna take our little rectangle that we just made, and I'm gonna place that in there kind of right in the center of all those trees, so I can get those trees in there. Well, it helps if I get it a little bit straighter than that. So there's my piece of paper that I'm going to put this impression on. Now I'm going to turn this and make sure my hinge goes through first, because I don't want it to go this way with my opening coming through first, because sometimes it will warp if it gets caught up in that roller. You always want to make sure your hinge goes in first so it doesn't break your embossing folder. Okay, so once I put that on there, I'm gonna now take my number 4 plate and run that through, because that's the perfect sandwich with our big Stampin' Cut and Boss machine for the 3D embossing folders. Okay, so now watch the magic here. Look how beautiful that comes out and how deep those impressions are with a 3D embossing folder. So it just gives you kind of a little bit of a deeper cut when you use it with the 3D. Okay, let me get this out of the way because I've already cut all the other little pieces. I just wanted to show you on that embossing folder. Then we're gonna need a piece of scrap. Now this is, hold on you guys, let me get some of this out of here because I can't even, everything's falling over here. Okay, so we're gonna need a piece of scrap. Now this is Mary Merlot. Oh, did I forget to tell you guys the color of this? This is Garden Green. We're gonna need a scrap of Mary Merlot. Now we're gonna run this through. And for this one, I used the 4th from the smallest is what I used. Oh no, I used the 4th from the largest in my Mary Merlot. And when I die cut that, I'm gonna come out with this piece here. Okay, that's using those deckled rectangles again. And then now I'm going to use the 5th from the largest or the 4th from the smallest, whatever way you want to go with it, on a piece of scrap. And when I do that, I'm going to come out with this piece here. And I'm going to need this scrap piece here and maybe another little scrap of that for my actual die cutting and all that. Okay, so those were the pieces that we needed from this die set, because we're going to do some layering with that. Okay, done with that. So with my scrap, I'm going to be stamping my bottle and then punching it out with my punch. So here is the bottle that I've chose. So I just grabbed the big bottle here because that's the one that's going to fit in my punch. And I am going to do that in garden green ink. If I can hold on to it. Maybe I've had too much coffee today. Okay, and I just like to give it a couple of seconds to hold that on there to really absorb some of that color. Okay, now I'm going to bring my punch in and I'm going to line this up so I've got perfect alignment all around, and then punch that out. So there's my little bottle. Now I'm going to use my little rectangle, my smallest one that I did in Very Vanilla. I think I forgot to tell you guys the color again. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of just set that bottle, do a dry fit for this bottle so I can do some of my stamping of my little floral images that I'm going to use. So I'm going to use this piece, this stamp here, and then this stamp here. Now all three of these coordinate together. Now you can see how they fit together if you look inside of our catalog right here. And trust me, I had to do this because I had no idea how these fit together. So I looked up here at this image and I could see how these coordinated. So when you look at this stamp here, you can see that there are these 3 center little pieces right here. Now those are the stamen of these flowers here, these big flowers. So when you align this, they're going to line up in the bits of this flower. So these 3 line up in these 3 centers. Then you're going to have these little pine cones kind of sitting on the outside of this. Then this greenery here is going to sit right behind that, as you can see kind of in that picture. They've done some fussy cutting there and cut some of that greenery out. But I just kind of wanted to show you how that kind of sits together, because it is kind of confusing when you get the set and you look at it and you're like, wait a minute, how does this all work together? But it does. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, like I said, hold that there for kind of a dry fit. And then I am going to use my garden green. Now, when you look at this, you can see that these 2 greenery over here are kind of separated, and then this is here. So when I go to ink this up, there's kind of a little break right here. So I'm just going to ink up this bit. So when I hold it, I'm going to hold it kind of just on the edge of my stamp pad to only get ink on that greenery there, because I don't want this being inked up at the moment. Or you can use our masking tape to cover this, or you can use a sticky note, like a little Post-it note, and that works also for covering that. Okay, so I'm just going to stamp that right there, move my bottle, because now that I have my placement, and then I can do this again right here. Just like that. So then when I put this bottle down, it's going to fit just like that. And then with this one here, I am going to use my Mary Merlot. And again, you can see all these pine cones and the stamens of those. I'm just going to use this one pine cone right here and kind of just randomly place it where I want it. So again, I'm just dipping this one pine cone in the Mary Merlot ink and then see how I got that where I wanted it, but then I don't have to stamp up everything else because I might not want all those in there. I just want to add just a couple of these just like that to just kind of add some of that Mary Merlot color into that arrangement of this jar. So beautiful. That's exactly what I wanted for that. And I love how they've kind of separated these out so you can actually do that and stamp them however you want them. I am going to zoom you in a little bit because it looks like you're awfully far away. There we go. So now you can see with that dry fit, if I move that, it looks just like that. So it's only been at the top of that little rectangle there. And then when I put this on there, it's gonna fit perfectly to look like those are coming out of that bottle. Now what I want to do is I want to take some of my linen thread. Let me close this so I don't stick anything in that. And I'm gonna use my little bow jig because you guys know that I am bow challenged. And I am going to wrap this twice and then bring this through and tie this. Make that a little bit tighter so my bow kind of stays in place. So I am making a double bow for this. That's why I wrapped it twice around there. Okay, and then slide this little cutie off of there. Now that's made the perfect little bow for me. Whoops. The perfect little bow because I could have never done that by hand. Now I know there's some of you who are amazing bow makers. It's just not me. Then I'm gonna roll a little mini glue dot up into like a little taco or a burrito. Just like that. So it looks like just a little booger. And then I'm going to place that right on the end of my jar there. And then now I'm going to take my ribbon or my linen thread and add that just to that so it looks like I've tied a little bow around that. But I used cheater method and I didn't. And then we're going to take some dimensionals and we're going to pop this jar up. Okay, now I'm going to take that and put that right in the center there. So just like that. Okay, now that is going to get adhered with glue right to my Mary Merlot layer. Okay, just like that. And then I'm going to set that aside. And then I need to get my trimmer here and cut off just a little, I think I'm going to do a 1/2 inch of this because I'm going to stamp an image in that and then we'll cut it down because that's going to fit right across that once we get our sentiment added. And then I'm done with that. But I want to get the rest of this card kind of done and adhered. So I am also going to be coming in with our gold shimmer ribbon. And what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to take it and while holding my green layer, my garden green layer down, I'm going to take it and go just a little bit past this layer so I can now place this on here. Now I'm going to kind of off center it towards the left a little. Kind of like a package, like when you wrap your packages. And then place that down with tape to hold that around my card. Okay. And then I can kind of finagle it in the front to make sure it looks straight, okay, which it does. Then I'm going to take another piece and we're going to go this way with it. But again, using that dry fit, I'm going to kind of just place this on here and see exactly where I want that. So that works good right there. So just using some regular Scotch tape, I'm just taping this to the back. Okay, just like that. Okay, make sure that's really down so that it doesn't slide out of there. And then there is my, let's straighten this out a little bit since it looks a little goofy. All right, now for this is going to get now popped up onto that. So bring in some more dimensionals. I'm going to use 5 of them. So on all 4 corners here, and then boom, 1 in the center. Where is, there it is. And I'm just going to take these little backings off. And then that's going to set right in the center of all of that. Push those dimensionals down, and then we've got some lift and some dimension on that Mary Merlot piece. Now, for our card base, this is going to get glued right down onto our base. Now I'm going to go a little heavy with the glue, heavier than what I normally do, but because this is embossed and we've got, you know, different levels of what's going on here, I want to make sure I get a good adhesion to this card base. And then I just make sure I push all of those pieces down, really give it a firm squish to make sure that's not going to pop off of that cardstock, because we don't want somebody getting their card and having it fall apart on them, because that's not fun. I feel like you guys are, sorry, I don't mean to mess with the camera and make anybody sick, but it felt like you guys were really tilted. So there is our card. Now I am going to bring this little strip in, and I'm going to bring our Making Spirits Bright. That's not going to fit on it. Well, actually, I'll just turn it sideways, and now that'll fit. And then I'm going to bring in Mary Merlot. And then stamp that right in the center of that. And then I'm going to measure the width of this rectangle, which I should have just cut this piece. So it's 2 1/4. So now looking at this, I need to cut that down just a skosh. Oops, wrong scissors. Yeah, I should have measured it first, but I didn't. I'm gonna do things the hard way. Why not? Throw myself for a little curveball here. So you need this little piece to be about 2 1/4. That's what the width is of that. And again, if I was thinking, I would have measured it first, but I wasn't. So now I'm going to grab some mini dimensionals, or just some scraps of mini that I have here. And I'm going to put them on the outsides of this little strip, just like that. So I've got one on each side because the bottle is going to actually be the same height as that, but it's just going to pop up those 2 ends. If you understand what I'm saying, I put them on this, so this set flush with the bottle. And then that is going to go right like that. So I have it a little bit above, so it's not even with my ribbon, but it's just popped up just a little bit higher than the ribbon. So there is the adhesive back seasonal sequence. These could be found inside of the July-December catalog, or you can search for them right in my store. Again, it is shopdannygarola.com. When you get to that platform, you will then see a little bar across that says shop, join my team, see my calendar. You could do all the things in there. That's just kind of my landing page. So you can go right to my store right from shopdannygarola.com and take you right in there. And when I get the blog up and going, there will be links right in there that you can just click on the shopping list and it'll take you right in to purchase these things. Okay, so I'm going to use, let's take some of these, that, and then let's do one more of that size right down there. Okay, there we go. So this is in 4 different colors, just to let you know that that is that seasonal, and there's the little gold ones. These are beautiful little sequins, and they don't weigh much because they're just regular sequins. So that's kind of a good thing to know, that when you're adding weight to your cards. Now, look at that. Isn't that just gorgeous? What do you guys think of that card? Now, on the inside, I would do pretty much the same thing and just come in with some of this garden green and my little greenery here, and add this down in the bottom corner, just like that, and like that. Okay, and then with my Mary Merlot, now I missed a little bit of that green, but that's okay. That I actually kind of like that, where it looks like it's kind of sporadic. Then come in with this. Now I got a little bit of ink on that, so we'll just wipe that off. And there we go. And then we could put that other little sentiment in the inside if we wanted to. We could say, a very Merry Christmas to you, because we put making spirits bright. So let's grab that little stamp. And let me clean this sentiment off. Very Merry Christmas to you. And I'm going to actually put this kind of right off to the side, down here at the bottom, just like that. So then you've got all this area to write to your recipient, and this just kind of stays in focus down here where they can see the sentiment and that beautiful floral image that we just created all down here together. And then you can write in here, or you can add more to the card, or whatever you want to do. But there is our gorgeous Christmas card using the Vintage Christmas stamp set, along with that the vintage bottle punch. So just a really cute, fun easy way of using this. Now, you could step this card up by turning this into a shaker card, maybe not adding so many height and dimension to this back. You can make it all flat as far as all these layers are concerned and just bump up this bottle here using one of those vintage shakers. Now, where the heck did I put them? Right here. You could put this shaker on the front of that, add some of these effervescent little shaker bits. Where did I just put that? There it is. I was going to say, for the love of Pete. You could put these in that bottle and make that bottle a shaker card now. So I hope you guys enjoyed this card, and you guys go ahead and make this. Like I said, you can order all the elements and all the products that you need to make this over in my store. Here is another one that I made the other day. Now this is using Mossy Meadow along with the Merry Merlot. But I thought, you know what, I kind of wanted to give it a try with the garden green, and I wanted to go with more of that gold to make it more of a elegant looking card versus this one that is more of kind of, I think this looks more of like an antique vintage look to it versus this kind of elegant look adding the gold to it. So there's kind of an idea of making it in two different colors to kind of, hello Lane. Is it Laney? Lane? Lynn? Sorry, I am horrible at names. So there is a different alternative for you. If you don't like the more traditional of the garden green, you could go with more of this vintage look. And with this, I used the, what is that? Wait a minute, that's not it. I think I have it up on my, I don't remember what the ribbon is that I used for that. I don't know where to put it. Pretty sure it's inside of the, let me see. Just to tell you guys so you can see everything that I've used. Oh, right there. It is the woven ribbon down on page 82. It is the natural woven ribbon. That's what I used on this card here, if you like the look of that. But I will make sure I post that over on the blog. So give me a little bit so I can get this blog written up and get all the things attached to it so you guys can go over there and check that out. All right, I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. Thank you so much for sticking with me and watching this video for this amazing card. And enjoy your day. Bye-bye.